He's in a very small group of presidents who got shot and lived through it.
Yeah, but he did it like a pussy, right? Theodore Roosevelt sat there and did 2 hours of speech. Yeah. President Bunker Boy immediately hit the floor. He's like, oh no, they pierced my ear. An operation that 9-year-old girls don't even blink at. And then he grabs his high heels and leaves the stage. That's not impressive.
It was a cigarette.
Wasn't President Bunker Boy Biden for hanging out?
Or maybe folded papers in one case too. There's been a couple of weird... and you look Archduke Ferdinand, they threw a grenade at that guy first and the grenade didn't work. And then it was like, oh, that was silly, an assassination attempt. I'm peckish.
Oh, that was pretty close.
If we'd had the election the week after Trump got shot, like I think it would have been nuts. I think he would have really.
That was his highest moment. He wasn't shot, but that was his highest moment.
He didn't get shot though.
He didn't.
Not going to argue.
The videos come out since. The bullet didn't hit his ear. What hit his ear was the bodyguard's gun as he like hugged him and brought him down. You can look at the footage. That's the thing now. Yeah,
I don't want to argue it.
That's just baffling. Like,
and that's why there's no injury.
It
was just hit by the gun inside the holster.
Joe Rogan
friendly fire.
Show me your ear, and he's like, yeah, there's a little mark on there. There's a little scar.
Yeah, but he's saying the mark came from the bodyguard's pistol.
Yeah. I saw it. You could see it. Like I watched a YouTube video where they like replayed it and they're like, right here, this is the impact where his ear got hit by the bodyguard as he like wrestled him down.
Yeah, I don't care anymore, and I don't care to argue it. But the election's happening tonight.
I like saying
he's so happy. Yeah. I know you do.
That's just so pedantic. 2 people have tried to kill him, and you're like, "Well, they actually did."
3. It's 3.
Is it 3 now?
Is it 3?
Yeah. They stopped.
I don't count the ones where they don't shoot. It was a real nick because he was fine.
I would guess that it hit like that, like that fleshy part on the outside of the cartilage out here.
Yeah,
because anything ear is going to cause a lot of blood. Just like if you might not think it, but if like somebody wraps you on the top of the head with something, there's a ton of blood vessels in your scalp. Like you're going to bleed like crazy, and all up here, there's nothing. So like,
or the lumps you get on your head. Ever get a hematoma? Like you can get a golf ball size lump on your head from a good knot.
Yeah. And so like I think that it just caught that fleshy part, didn't tear off any cartilage, because if it tore off cartilage, I feel like that would take longer to heal unless he's just got some wild doctors. Yeah. And so it makes sense. He just got hit in like
so barely. It barely fucking touched his ass. I'm sure he's like, damn, I wish it hit me a little more.
Did you guys see the video that I made recreating it?
No.
I haven't seen.
So I did a recreation both of that shot, what it would have looked like from the shooter's angle with the equipment he used, and also we recreated the Secret Service return shot on the shooter, like just blew the fucking ballistic head open. But genuinely did a Donald Trump like ballistic head and shot the ear at 100,000 frames per second with ballistic high speed. And showed what it would look like with the 5.56 like nicking through the ear like that. The only thing, it looked way more dramatic than it was because it was ballistic gel, obviously. But with cartilage of the ear like that, I don't think there'd be like, you got to remember the 5.56 is like 0.22 inches. Like it's not big, and it's not going to have any expansion if it's going through like a tiny flap of cartilage or a tiny little flap of skin. So, like, honestly, that's not a hard injury to recover from and have like
it rubbed him though.
Oh, the way you're saying it, you make it sound like a 1/4-inch bullet went through his ear. That's not what happened. He was just barely touched by it.
It's hard to say. Like it really, like it's unless I would love to have like an actual like the surgeon like come out. Hey, this is exactly where it hit. Here's a diagram of the ear. Here's the path of the bullet. That would be really helpful.
I'll tell you what I told him. Stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid stuck on me. I think it just rubbed against him. I'm not trying to take his
he was grazed
I'm not trying to lessen what happened to him at all, but like holy shit, it barely touched him. To me, it speaks more to the evangelical talking points that say the hand of God itself guided moved Trump's chin to the right a little bit and made him dodge that. He literally dodged it Neo style.
Has there ever been a better bullet dodge? Because you see that graphic of like where the shooter was lined up right before Trump did the herky jerky, and like
he went to go like look at a graph.
It would have like popped him like right, like brain matter on the stage.
He does.
Trump brings a crowd.
Dude, speaking of, hold on the conspiracy thing, we have to revisit this from PKN. that are you still on that you don't think Trump was shot?
Yes.
Even though in the video you can see blood on his hand and his ear before the Secret Service agent gets there?
I need to see that video again because I watched a video and I saw the Secret Service agent, his gun in the holster hit his ear, and it looked like that's what it was from. But maybe you're seeing something.
Yeah,
my mind is.
Can I just interject with one small
like
thing? As soon as the shot's heard, Trump kind of grabs his right ear, and to me, that's the biggest like piece of evidence. I would love to see slow mo.
There's the still where he's still standing. And he has blood on his hand.
Look, I've seen NFL plays where I was like, he caught it. Why are you even reviewing it? And then they show it, and I'm like, oh, I couldn't see things from where I was. So I could believe either way. But there were real bullets flying past his head, and he got cut and he was wounded.
He was absolutely shot. That's enough to get a purple. Before he fell.
You get a purple heart.
He fell.
Yeah.
See, the enemy doesn't have to.
That's why that shocked me so much, because no one is making the claim that he wasn't shot. Like the minimizing I've definitely seen is like, oh, a little flesh wound on the ear, which I mean, it was a flesh wound on the ear. That's all it was, thankfully.
Wait, I'm looking at it on my screen right now.
Yeah, I
don't see the blood you're talking about, but I want to.
There's a still photo from the left side that has him going like that, and you can see on his hand and starting to come down the side of his face. Okay. And so he was definitely shot.
I was watching a video from head on.
Well, either way, my point would be, even if he weren't hit by direct gunfire, that in the Army, you get a Purple Heart for injuries taken like during combat, while you're in the field.
What if he gives himself one?
that would count as, that would be a Purple Heart type injury. Like there's this story of the guy who his barracks were bombed. And I don't remember if it was glass or whatever, but there was like there was shit on the floor, and he cut himself on it. He sat on a piece of glass or something, cut himself a week later after the shelling, and he got a Purple Heart for that because it was enemy action that caused his boo-boo. So yeah. Trump deserved. And I will say this though, I don't know if y'all saw it, but some veteran gave Trump their real Purple Heart. Like a veteran was like, "Here, Mr. President, you earned this as much as I did." And he gave him his real Purple Heart. And you know what the worst part is, Taylor?
Did he lose it?
Trump took it. Trump accepted the thing. Like that alone. Yeah.
What are you supposed to do?
I'd have said, first of all, they give me as many of those as I want.
I've got a drawer full of them, useless to me.
Like he pulls like 8 out of his pocket. He's like I just like them. you keep that. Like no, like that guy can never get another Purple Heart. He earned that.
No, just maybe Trump has to backfill that. He's got to be like,
I'd have like
fire another Purple Heart this guy's way.
You got to put it back. He won't though. I don't feel like he's that guy who like.
Optically, that's a terrible move, because then you have the problem of, if that soldier keeps insisting that he should take it, you have an awkward engagement. Then
I turn it down at least once, like the pin, like Jerry Seinfeld pin. You got to turn it down at least once. Like if he keeps on it and he's insistent, I guess I'll take it. But I'd have said like, no, like you earned this. You earned this. I didn't serve like you, sir. You're the real hero. I'd have done a Homelander. That's
he should have done like a reality show reveal where he's like, for being so selfless that you gave me this beautiful and wonderful Purple Heart, I'm giving you the key to DC. A much better reward. Everyone's talking about it.
What does it do? The key to a fucking city. It's literally symbolic.
You put it over your bed. You look at it. You go, I've got the key to this. I don't know what else you would do.
It's not a master key. Doesn't open all the doors.
You actually give out skeleton keys for entire cities. We're calling it the worst program in America.
I think maybe there was an episode of the Andy Griffith Show, and that was the deal. There was definitely one of those old night, like Leave It to Beaver style shows where that was the deal.